Really, I'm hood rich. I'm really a star. I can't wait to be famous. 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 Really, I'm hood rich. I'm really a star. I can't wait to be famous.
Really, I'm haunted. I'm haunted by hundreds.
Let's keep it 100. You got.
All right, without a.
What up, though? It's your boy Common Sense, man. And we already know that common sense isn't common. All right, look, so today, man, we have Stephen A. Smith standing on business. Now, listen, I know it's a lot of folks out there, man, that don't like Stephen A. Smith at all and always have a lot of bad things to say about him. But you guys, we need to give people credit when credit is due. We need to give them their flowers when flowers are due, right? Now, Sean Hannity. He has his own show on Fox News. In this particular situation, he tried to, in my opinion, he tried to bring a black man onto his platform to down another black man. You guys are going to see later on why I said that. Stephen A. Smith peeped it out early and did not do that. He stood on business. He stood for us, and he did the right thing. And in this particular situation, we need to give Stephen A. Smith his credit for doing the right thing. I'm your boy Common Sense. Like the video, because liking the video is more important to the YouTube algorithm these days. And subscribe to the boy if you're feeling the content. It's a reaction. Let's go.
Sense of direction, the Democratic Party is obviously struggling. They're even souring on their hero, former President Barack Obama. Take a look at what our good friend Stephen A. Smith said about a hypothetical third-term matchup between Obama and Trump. This is like right out of a Rocky movie, isn't it? Anyway, hypothetical matchup. Take a look.
As for him going up against Barack Obama, once upon a time I thought Barack Obama would smoke him. I'm not so sure anymore. It was Barack Obama that spoke on behalf of Kamala Harris. Michelle Obama certainly put forth her due diligence in doing the same. Where did that get them? They lost the popular vote, lost the Electoral College vote, lost every swing state, lost the Senate, lost the House. I mean, damn, it's L's all over the place.
And remember, Obama was out campaigning for Kamala. It seems like he's lost all influence and power in his own party. According to a new book, Obama was allegedly working against Kamala behind the scenes in November. He wanted a mini primary after he was part of the coup to get rid of Joe. Anyway, he didn't think she could win. Could have something to do with his past divisive rhetoric. You might recall, he wasn't always the biggest fan of yours truly either. Take a little trip down memory lane.
Now, everybody's so pinched that business is bad for everybody. And I think when you spread the wealth around, it's good for everybody.
So it's not surprising then that they get better. They cling to guns or religion or antipathy towards people who aren't like them.
If you were successful, somebody along the line gave you some help. Somebody invested in roads and bridges. If you got a business, that you didn't build that. Somebody else made that happen.
I need you to go out and talk to your friends and talk to your neighbors. I want you to talk to them whether they're independent or whether they are Republican. I want you to argue with them and get in their face.
We got to have middle-class families up in front. We can't, we don't mind the Republicans joining us. They can come for the ride, but they got to sit in back.
And then you got their plan, which is let's have dirtier air, dirtier water, less people with health insurance.
Governor Romney, I'm glad that you recognize that Al-Qaeda is a threat. Because a few months ago, when you were asked what's the biggest geopolitical threat facing America, you said Russia. Not Al-Qaeda, you said Russia.
Mr. Burgess, he can speak.
Oh, put me on your staff.
I might have to put Mr. Burgess on Fox News. You know, give him. I'll put Mr. Burgess up against Sean Hannity. He'll tear him up.
He mentioned me a lot.
All right, look, let me say something first of all. Let me address something. I don't like this hypothetical matchup thing that Sean Hannity doing or what Stephen A. Smith did. Because they talk about it, they bring this shit to existence. In my opinion, this shit even being a conversation makes it possible. It's almost like letting the people get the idea that a president can run for the third time with this hypothetical shit. Now, that matchup would be a crazy matchup, and that would be a Rocky movie scene type of situation. It would be a crazy matchup, but in my eyes, you're giving Donald Trump the opportunity or the slightest chance to possibly run for president a third time. I can see these people coming out telling the Democrat Party that we will allow you to bring Obama back to run against Donald Trump, giving him the opportunity to run for the third term. I don't like that. Kill that shit. After his term is over, let that shit be. All right? Now, peep out how Stephen A. Smith responded to this guy.
Back in the day, such fond memories. He was Moore, star of ESPN's First Take, host of the Stephen A. Smith Show, the one and only Stephen A. Smith.
Man.
He's smiling.
You interrupt
I
my
don't even
day.
ask a question. You go.
You ain't getting. You interrupt my day. I come to the studio to see you. You ain't even here, okay? And then you got the audacity to put that out as divisive rhetoric on his part. That's G-rated compared to the stuff that comes out of your mouth. I mean, what hypocrisy!
No. I'm not running for president. I wish Donald Trump would tone it down. They want dirty air and water. Argue with them. Get in their face. They can be on the bus, but they got to sit in the back. He was just love and, give peace a chance, man. He was so uniting.
Well, listen, it wasn't about being united. It was about winning, which is something the Democrats need to learn again, because clearly they forgot how to do that. So let's get that out of the way.
That's a good point.
That's an absolutely good point. Secondly, that sound that you played for me talking about Obama, that was from weeks ago, okay? That wasn't since Trump with his tariff wars and all of this stuff. Let me tell you something right now.
Okay, stop trying to change the subject.
I'm not changing the subject. I'm right here.
What do you know? Here's my question, because if we're going to have this hypothetical matchup and we're going to go to the last Rocky movie, which I thought was maybe one of the best. I loved them all. And you have this hypothetical matchup that probably a lot of people will be interested in.
Yeah.
What do you really know about Barack Obama? Do you know who Frank Marshall Davis is? I'm sure you know who Reverend Wright is. Do you know who Bernadine Dorn is? Do you know who Bill Ayers is?
I know a few people that Trump associates with as well. So
all right, hold on. Listen, I don't know who Sean Hannity is, but he clearly is a Republican or he don't like Obama. I don't know which one it is because I don't know who he is, but he sounds like he's a Republican from what I'm hearing. Now, I get that because when Stephen A. Smith said something bad about Barack Obama, he told Stephen A. Smith that was a great point. Peep out how Stephen A. Smith said, bro, you bringing up a video. I said something. You bringing up a video from a couple weeks ago, me saying that Obama didn't have a chance against Donald Trump. But that was before the tariff situation. It's a different situation now. And even if I still feel the same way, I'm not finna sit up here and say that on your platform. Listen, folks. The negative things that you say about Stephen A. Smith, they might be relevant and you might be correct. But in this situation right here, bro, Stephen A. Smith stood on business when it came to holding down the black culture or the Democrat Party, however you want to look at it.
Argument all day. Here's my point.
Did I ask you that?
I'm answering your question. Here's my point. Don't come to me with that. You said a fight, right? Trump versus Obama, right? Let's talk about that. And here's what I'm telling you. There's a bunch of liberals in this country. There's a bunch of centrists in this country. A bunch of moderates, okay? Yeah, you got the Republicans that would speak against the Affordable Care Act or American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. They might speak against those things, but a lot of people on the left and a lot of centrists like that stuff about Obama. Here's my thing. With Trump, see, these times right now, this is what I keep trying to tell the Democrats. Let the man do what he's doing. Find out whether or not it works. You're going to listen to Sean Hannity. You're going to watch him. Let's see if these terrorists against Canada, Mexico, China, for everybody that he's trying to, engaging in a reciprocation.
Let me ask
Let's
you a
see
question.
what happens.
If I punch you in the face, or we're business partners, and we're supposed to be 50-50 partners, and I take 75% and give you 25%, you're just going to sit back. You're just going to sit back and take that. Stephen A. Smith is just going to say, "Oh, it's okay, Sean. You take all the money."
Hey, let me tell y'all something. Understand that this is an ugly debate. Don't let the smiles and the grins and shit fool you. One thing about this professional thing is, man, you have to kill a motherfucker with kindness. And that's exactly what's going on. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith for having some emotional intelligence and not saying bitch, whole shit, the shit that we used to. In this situation, he's still staying professional. He's still using a big vocabulary, and he's still staying on point, and he's standing his ground. Now, let me say this, because the Democrat Party, I don't think that the Democrat Party, and don't get it twisted, bro, I'm not on the Democratic side, I'm not on the Republican side, I'm more in the middle, independent side. But I don't think the Democrat Party think at this point the tariffs is a bad thing. Because I believe that everybody sees that it makes sense that if you going to tax us, we going to tax you. I think the thing is the approach. It's the approach. People do not like Donald Trump's approach when it comes to the tariffs. And I said approach 3 times because I know how Republican people hear what our conversations be, but they want to hear what they want to hear. I don't know if that made sense, but I want you to know that it's the approach, not the tariffs, that people have a problem with.
No, but here's the point that I'm making.
Why should America take it?
Well, I'm not telling you that America should just flat out take it. Sure, there should be a fight that's on, but how you engage in that fight? Yeah. Are you doing it adroitly? Are you doing it smartly? We know manufacturing jobs have been being lost for decades. Over 5 million manufacturing jobs have been lost. The age of AI, Chat GPT, and all of that has come in effect. Things have changed.
Down, because you're wrong. Since Donald Trump started making the tariff threat alone, we have nearly $5 trillion in companies' investments. Nissan, Honda, we're going to build plants in Mexico. They're building them here. $500 billion from Apple. Foreign countries investing billions of dollars because they want to be here. Right? Other countries dropping their tariffs so they don't get tariffed.
May I ask a question? Sean Hannity, are there not folks on both the left and the right, American citizens now, bringing up words like inflation, bringing up words like a potential recession, worried about the impact that tariffs are going to have on the American citizen for the immediate future? You're right. You're right about the long haul. You might be right about the long haul, but in short term, we can't ignore that either.
So we have 2 choices here. We continue to let countries screw us over and tariff us to death at rates that we don't tariff them at. We just continue to take it like everybody else is taking it. Or we draw a line in the sand. We're the land of the free and the home of the brave, and we say, it's your choice. If you put tariffs on us, we'll have to put them on you. Or we can have free and fair trade. It's up to the country to decide. Tell me, Stephen A., what's unfair about that?
Listen, it's not a matter of it being unfair. I'm not accusing the man of being unfair as it pertains to that particular issue. And by the way, I was listening to Lindsey Graham before I came on. I actually like that man. Don't tell him, but I actually like that man. But here's the deal, okay, Sean Hannity? Here's the deal. Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. I mean, I just like how he comes at it. I don't agree with him half the time, but I like the way he comes at it. What I'm saying to you is this. You just brought up a boxing analogy. You can knock somebody out, or you can jab them to death, or you can rope a dope them. There's a variety of ways that you can beat people in terms of, instead of doing it the way that Trump is doing it, because he's upsetting everything. And in the process of that, you got American citizens worried as to whether or not it's going to work.
He said something I want to applaud. Let him put his policies in place. Give it some time, a reasonable amount of time. It takes time to, you got to.
That boy look like my daddy when I'm talking.
Your plan fully passed, and then give him
politics
a year,
with my pops.
and then we'll come back and have that conversation.
At least you said a year. At least you said a year. I don't know if the verdict
is in on Obamacare. Now, they promised that everyone would keep their doctor, keep their plan, and the average family would save $2,500 a year.
Okay.
Here's the numbers. You ready? Millions lost their doctors. Millions lost their plans. The average cost is on average, 250 to 300% higher than it was before Obamacare, and about 40+% of the country has one Obamacare exchange option. I would say F, 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 and F. It's failed and failed miserably, and it absolutely was a disaster. That's my grade. What's yours?
I would say I'll get you when you're on my show, but you do the same damn thing on my show. You don't even give me a chance to answer a question or even ask a question.
I'm giving you a chance.
It's what you do. But here's the deal. Are there not tens of millions of Americans using the Affordable Care Act, and a lot of them in southern states?
Okay.
Is that not true?
And they're not saving money.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
True or false?
I'm just asking.
True or false? True or false? Did they promise millions that you wouldn't lose your doctor? Did millions lose it? Yes. Did millions lose their plans? Yes. Do millions of Americans only have one option? Yes. Are they paying 250% more? Yes.
So millions benefited and millions didn't.
Right.
I'm so shocked. Millions benefited and millions didn't in the United States of America.
The cup half empty or the cup half full?
They didn't say it worked for some people, not for other people. They said you're going to save $2,500 a year. It's going to be the greatest system ever. It's not.
So we're getting literal with a quote from a politician that didn't come to fruition.
A politician that said,
with Trump
you keep your doctor, you keep your plan, you save money. Really? Check no, no, and no. Okay. Checkmate.
Okay. It's not checkmate. It's sorry. You got to be able to avoid saying the same thing about Trump. Every word he says is the gospel. No, it is not. Stop that. Stop that right now.
Give Stephen A. Smith his credit, bro. Because at the end of the day, man, he stood for the black man or the black culture. He didn't go against the black man with a white man trying to referee it. He stood on this business when it came to this political debate with my mans. And he also showed how intelligent he was by bringing back the punching in the face quote that my man said and doing what he did with that. The reason why I feel like a lot of political, religion conversations do not work, because somebody in that situation, and sometimes it might be both. If it's both, a fight finna break out. But somebody is always closed-minded and they only hearing what they say and they not hearing what the other person say. The other person can hear both sides of the party. Whether it's political or religion, they can hear both sides of the party. And the other person, which in this case, Sean Hannity, only looking at the cup half empty or half full, or only looking at what he has to say about Donald Trump, and not thinking that Obama, in this situation, in this case, did nothing right. And that's where the beefs come into play when it come. That's why it's dangerous, or that's where the danger come into place when you talking about political shit. I'm your boy Common Sense, man. Like the video, because liking the video is more important to the YouTube algorithm these days. Subscribe to the boy if you was feeling the content. I'm doing what I always do, and I'm signing off. Peace.